Let's get cracking. I figure one honorable mention, and then we start at number 10.
Okay. Who do you want to kick it off with the honorable mention? Me or you?
I'll kick it off. I got the later ones.
Okay.
Number one, first shout out is AJ Francis, number 126. I'm doing AJ Francis because he just had a good year. It was his first year on his own that he was really able to be taken seriously. Um, Match of the year for me definitely had to be the fight for the Boumet Fight Club. They
Yes.
did a terrific job on that. And like I said, it's probably the best AJ Francis match I've seen him have. But not to discredit the multitude of things he's done through the year. Hijacking the Boumet Fight Club, yes, but also being the guy feuding with Joe Hendry every week while he was blowing up, which I feel like is not shed enough light on, like on the actual program where Hendry was being featured. Most of the time, it was against AJ Francis while that song was blowing up. So he was kind of carrying that through TNA at the time. So
Mm-hmm.
you gotta give more credit to AJ. He kind of came in as soon as he hit the Indies and really planted his feet and has done nothing but grow.
Yeah. AJ Francis did have himself a phenomenal year. That's a respectable pick. So my first honorable mention, I'm going a little bit higher, just because I want to give this man his flowers while he's still doing his business. At number 22, I'm going with Nick Nemeth, formerly known as Dolph Ziggler. And I'm picking Dolph because the dude, he literally took a gamble on himself to see if he still has it, and he showed he still has it. The man became world champion for TNA, which a lot of people might say, it's TNA, anybody could be a world champion there, but he showed his you know what off in some of these matches he's had for TNA. He showed that he still is the master of that 2.5 kick out. He showed he could still go even with being older. And the year he had was just great, man. And I can't not shed some light on it and let it be known. So, number 22, Nick Nemeth. He's my first honorable mention shout out.
Yeah, man, that's true. And what number did you say he was at again?
22.
22. I mean, 22 is high. 22 is high. No, it's top
I mean,
25.
considering
But
considering where he
he
was the year
consider
before.
yeah, yeah, considering what some other people have been. But
Mm-hmm.
much credit to Nick. Much credit to Nick. You're absolutely right. He's had a phenomenal year. I can't believe I didn't think of that. Yeah, Nick has had a tremendous year as far as establishing himself as a legitimate main eventer again.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. So number 10, speaking of guys and getting into the list of who deserves what and how much they've done in the year. Number 10 is Mystico, formerly Sin Cara. How do you feel about Mystico at number 10, knowing the rest of the list? Duke, I'll let you go first because I know I have my thoughts.
Yeah, a bit of a surprise. Did he have a good year? Yeah, sure. Did I think it was top 10 worthy? Not really, not at all. Um, I don't want to, bury Mystico here, but so many other guys I think could have been in the top 10 above him. I mean,
Hmm.
just looking at the list in front of me right now, I mean, you could go anywhere from 11 to like 17 and interchange with either one of those guys. You got Joe at 11, Sammy, Drew, Danielson, Moose, Jay. Like, you telling me none of those guys had a better year than Mystico? Pretty sure that all of them did. So I don't know why Mystico made the top 10. But hey, I mean, congrats to Mystico, I guess.
Yeah, Mystico, even I had to look back and be like, wait a minute, like number 10? He is MLW middleweight champion, but I've seen a lot of guys be middleweight champion and not be number 10.
Yes.
Um, I even thought because you go all the way back to 17. 17's Jay, who I felt like should have been much higher for the momentum he's ended up carrying through the year.
Mm-hmm.
But we got to figure out these time frames. But even still, Jay at 17, and then I looked at 18. If you look at 18, 18's Heel del Vikingo.
Yeah.
And I thought they were really high on Heel del Vikingo like all year. And he
Mm-hmm.
was a AAA world champion.
Right.
Surely, if anybody was going to be the CMLL or AAA, you know what I mean? If they were going to pick anybody from the more Latin indies, I would have thought maybe him. So to pass Vikingo up for Mistico at 10, with how much we were singing his praises just a short while ago when he was the showcase guy, is kind of surprising.
I'll do you one better. Name me one Mystico match you remember from this year.
I know he fought Atlantis. And he
Okay.
fought with Atlantis. I didn't see them.
Okay, Atlantis. How many Samoa Joe matches can you name me this year? Probably more than one.
Yeah.
How many Sami Zayn matches can you name me? Probably more than one.
Yeah.
McIntyre, Danielson, Moose. I'm pretty sure you can name me more than one match with all of those guys.
Moose has had some terrific
some
bangers this year.
That's my case right there. How is he number 10? If somebody can name more than one Mystical match, please put it in the comments.
This had to be a sympathy vote. And I don't, again, like, we don't say this to kick Mysticals back in, but I come on.
But it gets better.
Mustafa Ali was 19. I thought Mustafa Ali had a much better year in the same kind of Nick Nemeth way of just establishing himself as such a bigger star than he was previous. I don't know. It's weird. Gunther, number 9. I considering the rest of the list, I maybe switch him out for 8, maybe even 7, debatably. I 6. 6.
Yeah,
I would say 6. I would say 6. Maybe even 5.
Maybe even 4.
Crazy. 9 is crazy. 9 is crazy.
Maybe even 4.
I'm going to sound like such a WWE stan, but
in all seriousness, though, I mean, Gunther's been on a run of a lifetime, dude. Like, he's literally been on a historic stretch, and again, not to knock any of the guys above him, but I feel like he's had a better year than a good majority of them. Yeah. So he's in the top 10. Great. I'm happy for him. He should be deservingly in the top 10. Borderline top 5 for sure. Actually, yeah, no, take that back. Top 5. But still, I can't complain. They got him in the top 10, so I'm relatively happy.
Yeah, I have no doubt that probably by next year he might even be number 1, considering how his title reign goes. If they can find anyone to stop him.
Could be.
But I mean, come on, number 9. And I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to sound like such a WWE stan here, but guys, he's the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion of all time.
And then he won King of the Ring right after, and then won the world title right after.
He was the longest reign. He was a Hall of Famer in April.
Yes.
He cemented being a Hall of Famer in April, then won King of the Ring.
Yes.
Then I won the championship. And I'm 9? On paper, statistically, I'm unstoppable, and you have me at 9?
You got me wedged. Guys. You got me wedged in between the Wild Thing, Ricky Vaughn, and Sin Cara.
Come on, guys. Come on.
That's the tagline for this right there.
9? And we'll get into the other guys later.
People have been asking me to be the best in the world. Why, Eddie, why?